Hello students, so in this video we'll see some editing tools related to modeling editing tools so that you can start doing your own model. So you can see there is a edit mode. Okay, if you want to edit the component of this geometry, you want to go for the edit mode. So what all the components of the 3D geometry? This one, vertex, okay, edge, this line, this edge, and this surface is generally we call it as face, poly, many names, mesh. Okay, so you can see here in the top, see my cursor, you can see there is a vertex, edge, and face mode. So you can also use shortcut 1 2 3. Okay, 1 2 and 3. So 1, vertex selection, so you can select the vertex and move it. 2, you can select this. I'm going to click on G so that you can move it. Okay, if I want to move in only one axis, it's simple, just click which axis. For example, up and down is Z axis, right? So just click Z. See, now you can move only in one axis. Okay, in the same way you can also go for 3, that is the face mode, and again you can select G and you can move it. I can select here. So if I want to move in one axis, the red color one is X axis, right? So click X. See, you can move in X axis like this. In the left side you can see some tools. So what I want to do to see all this with the names, because it's showing icons. One, cursor over and wait for a while, it will tell the name as well as it is telling the shortcut of it. The other one, just cursor over, and when you get this arrow lines, click and drag it more, then now you can see the names of it. Okay, now you can see the names and you can start working on it. The one important thing, keep in mind, we are inside the edit mode. Okay, if you go to this add cube to add some mesh, or if you go to add mesh, and if you add anything, like if I add one more cube, okay, let's move this side. See, I added one more cube. So what will happen if I add one more cube inside the edit mode? This both are already joined, attached, it's combined. Okay, anything. So let's go back to the object mode. See here, if I select any one geometry, both are selecting at a time because both are joined. Okay, so keep in mind, if you want to handle this one of the geometry separately, don't add your geometry inside the edit mode. Okay, go to object mode, then add your geometry, right? Then this geometry is separate, we can handle it, and this geometry separate you can handle. Okay, but in case if you have added purposefully and now if you want to separate this, okay, I'll show the method. So I'll go inside the edit mode. Okay, now you want to select this. So here selection, you need to keep in mind like how it works here. Okay, so in my and all, if I select, it will select the entire geometry. Okay, but here if I select, grab and select like this, it is not selecting the other side. Okay, see here, select this. See, it has not selected these two faces. Got it? See, one more time I'll do. I selected. You may think I have selected, but sometimes it will not select. It depends upon the opposite side of the normal. Okay, like this. See, it has not selected this two. And now in this case, if you move, okay, it will, if you try to separate it, it may separate only the selected faces. So the one thing which you can try is going for the X-ray mode. Okay, when you go for the X-ray mode, then there will be no problem. So when you are in X-ray mode, it will also select the opposite side of the faces. So this is the front side, the inside, if I go, that is the opposite side, right? So it will select all the faces which is overlapping. Okay, so keep in mind. So if you want to perfectly select, use the X-ray mode. Okay, and there is one more shortcut, like for example, let's say if both of this geometry are overlapping one upon another. Okay, so in this case, if you want to try to select only this cube, it is really difficult, like. So on the time I'm telling you about the complex one. Okay, this is just an example I'm giving. So on the time, what you want to do, you want to go for the shortcut called L. Okay, so just cursor over whichever geometry you want to select and just click L. See, it has selected that particular geometry like that. Okay, so any geometry you want the entire element to be selected, just click L. See, L like that. Okay, cursor over and tell L, it will select only the geometry, no matter the overlapping. Okay, so after selecting, so now let's separate this. The command here, it is called separate only. Okay, so you can right click and you can find the name separate and shortcut is P. Okay, and you are separating the selection. Okay, so P and you are separating the selection. Okay, now once you separate, you should keep an eye in right side outliner, so you can see here we got another geometry here. Okay, so I'll just undo, keep an eye here right side, it's only one geometry, right? Okay, because it's already combined, no? So when you tell P selection, see, now it has separated. So now we can come back to the object mode, test it. Let's switch off this one. Now you can see I got two different geometries separated. And when you do this, add and separate, you will get one problem, like the pivot or the origin of this geometry is outside of this box, right? If you want to bring this in the center of the volume, just right click, go to the set origin and tell origin to geometry, click it. See, now it is center of the world. So like that you can fix it. Okay, so for now we'll delete, we'll move on to the edit tool. So I'll select this, let's go inside this edit mode. The next, extrude. This is the one, whenever you do any model in any software, the two important which we use often is, one is extruding, another one is adding edges, right? These two is very much required. So they have given a shortcut key E. Okay, so you can extrude even vertex here. So I will click on the shortcut key E. So you can extrude even the vertex. The vertex is extruding as well as the edge is following. But I suggest don't go for this one in the starting place. You will not understand what is the use of it. Okay, so it is better we always extrude the face, right? And even you can extrude even the segment. See, E extrude. Okay, but it's creating a planar. Okay, so don't go like that, always extrude the face. Okay, then you will be in a safer in a right topology. Okay, modeling. So you can select this and now you can tell E. See, now you can extrude, right? So let's reset, let's show you quickly. So this is the basic model. Let's go tab, face mode, select the face. So I'll click on G. So I want to move in one axis, so I'll click on Z. See, now it's snapped and I'm moving in one axis. Okay, so I'll move like this. So I want to extrude now. I'll tell E, see, extruded. Done. So I'll select this area. I'll tell E, see, it is extruding. I'll extrude one more time, E. Done. If you want to know like what is the measurement you are doing, better go to the orthographic viewport and check. Okay, so now I want to extrude even the bottom area. I'll go to the orthography. I'll tell E, extrude. I'll extrude up to this segment. Okay, so I created something like this. So it's a very quick shortcut to do the model. Let's drag this so that you can see the name. So what is the next thing? Insert face. Insert face is inserting surface inside. So let's go to the poly mode 3. I'll select this, insert face, just click and drag. Okay, just move and you can see here it is inserting the face. Okay, so I inserted the face. So from there Again, I can go on doing extrude, like inside or outside extrude, whichever works for you. You can try it. Let's see the bevel now. Bevel is chopping the edges. Okay, let's go to this area. So I'll go to the edge mode. I'll select this area and I'll tell bevel and just click and drag this. See, I got the bevel. Bevel is chopping edges. So I chopped the edges. So once after chopping, always keep in mind, as I told in the previous videos, you should always check here left side bottom. You'll get some extra property. Go inside the extra property. There you can increase the segment and it is giving a curve. So bevel, it will chop edges as well as I can increase segment and make it as a radius corner. Okay. So let's see the next tool. This is the another very important tool. As I told, two very important often used tool. One is extrude, another one is loop cut. Okay. So let's add loop cut. So you can see here when I move my cursor, it is automatically showing a preview like it can add a loop cut in this center of this poly. Okay. So wherever is required for you, just click. It will add the loop cut. That's it. Done. You can now increase the number of cuts like this, or you can also do using the shortcut. So go here, okay, and when you click, go to the move tool and now you can move. So what I will do, I'll just go to the orthographic mode. I'll position this somewhere here. And even I'll add one more. And the shortcut is Ctrl R. So cursor over and you can see there it is telling Ctrl R. So I'll click on Ctrl R, click, and directly you can move it. Okay. Once you click, before releasing, you can just move and position it. So I have positioned it. So I'm showing the very important tools and all so that you can quickly start working on your Blender software. So let's select this poly and I'll hold even this. I selected both the side and let's go one time extrude. Okay, and extrude command. See, this also keep in mind. If you just click this extrude and if you go back to the move tool, you already assigned extrude. Okay. So see here, I'll go to the scale tool and if I scale, okay, so it's not extruding. Let's go to the extrude again and see here how it is extruding. I want to extrude in the other side. I don't want this one, but got it. What happened? So you can see here inside the extrude region, if you click and hold, there are many other ways of extruding. I want to extrude this not in this moment, like individually or along the normal. See, the many options they are given. Or you can also extrude according to the 3D cursor, like rotate. Let me show you all those with a different example, then you will understand better. So let's go to the edit mode. Let's select this and this. Selected this to poly. Now if I go for extrude and click and drag, see it is extruding together in one direction. This is the direction it is moving, right? You can see the arrow. But this face is facing towards top. This is towards the side. I want to extrude in the same way. On that time, let's undo this. Select both, go inside. There you can see extrude along the normal direction. This is extruding along the normal direction. Both are extruding along normal direction. And if you want to extrude both separately, then you can tell extrude individual. So now if you click and drag, it is extruding individually. Even though we have selected both poly, it is extruding all the polys individually. You can also try another one like as extrude to cursor. So this is one different way of extruding. So what I'll do, I'll just snap this. You can see this is the called 3D cursor, right? So I will shift and right click. Okay, you want to hold shift and right click. So I have moved my 3D cursor point. Okay, I have moved somewhere here. Now I'll go, I'll select this face, I'll select this extrude to cursor point. Now if I click and drag, see how it is extruding? It is extruding in the other side actually. See? So you click and drag, but not so useful. The better one is you do it manually. Okay, so that we'll be having more control. But sometimes, yeah, if you are doing some random shapes, then you can go for it. So let's come back. Let's see some other tools. So we saw loop cut and knife tool. So let's see the knife tool. Knife tool, you know, knife, right? The name itself, it is a knife. So you can click and drag and enter to execute. You got this cut knife tool. Or you can even tell like I want the edge to be created from this to this. But if I want to exactly cut to this half of this, then just hold shift, okay, and leave it. It will do its job. So no need to worry about the first point. Okay, first point create anywhere. Okay, approximately just create. Okay, see for example I'll just create here, but I want to cut exactly to the half. So just hold shift and click the other side. Okay, see both are in the same position. Okay, then just press enter to execute. Now we got these two faces. So next is polybuild. Polybuild is like a retopology kind of tool, which is they're similar to the Maya. You can see when I select the poly tool, you can see it is identifying this vertex. So from there I can build, deform, all those I can do. But how really it works, I'll show with a different example. So let's add a plane. So wherever the 3D cursor is there, it will add, right? So I click on shift plus C. So my 3D cursor is in center of the board because I want to add my geometry exactly to the center of the board. So now let's add a plane. Now I'll select this plane. Let's go to the edit mode. Tab is the shortcut key for edit mode. I'll click on tab. Now polybuild. See the polybuild how it is working. So if I go to the vertex mode, I can move the vertex. Okay. So while moving, if you don't want, just before releasing the cursor, just right click. Okay, it will go back. It is like 3ds Max. Okay. So now you can just move your cursor. You can see edge. It is identifying vertex and even edge. So on the edge, what will happen? If you click and drag, it will generate the surface. See? And if you want to move exactly in the same axis, you know what to do. Click just X. Like this. Okay. So I'll go here again, click and just drag. It will extrude. I'm not holding any other shortcut key. Just click and drag. It will extrude. Okay. And if you go to the vertex, you can move. Okay. So it works totally different. Now let's see other tools. So I'll just go, click on tab, let's drag. Spin tool. Spin tool is another tool to extrude and bend the surface. Like we have used one tool here extrude to the cursor, means just click, it will extrude your mouse cursor. So this spin tool works little different. Okay, it spins from this 3D cursor actually. Okay, so let's select the poly, select it, and click on the spin tool. And another important you want to keep in mind this about this gizmo. Okay, so you need to change the axis of the gizmo also. So I'll click on this. Okay, now if you drag, this is going to spin. Okay, but it is spinning from this 3D cursor. Let's move the 3D cursor also, like shift and right click. Now what will happen, this poly is going to spin around this gizmo. Okay, so I changed the 3D cursor and I changed the axis. Now click and drag. Now you can see it is extruding like this. So you can also tell like how many steps you require here. In the right side, in the left top, you can see that. Okay, so you can tell how many steps you require. Just click and drag. Now you got the spin. Okay, let's see the other tool. So not selected, you can drag like this. You can also hold this move tool and you can position. All those you can do. Try this. Now let's see the other tool. Smooth is very simple tool. So for that we require some poly. So let's add some subdivision. So let's divide one face to 4 parts. That is called subdividing. So you can see here. So it's already selected. All the faces are already selected. Now you can just go to the smooth and just click the value. See, you can do the opposite or make this corners look little bit smooth. Radius, that is the way it works. Okay, and I'll jump here. Like shrink and pattern also you can try in the same way. So it is shrinking or pattern, becoming much fat, or shrink it. Okay, so that is the way of using it. So let's undo this. Let's move on to other tools. Edit mode, edge slide. So to see that, let's scale this first, and I'll add one loop for you. Control R, and I'll add loop and I'll deselect it. Okay, just think you added a loop cut. Now afterwards you may think like, I want to move this entire loop edge little bit up or down. Okay, so on that time I want to select the edges. So I'll go to this edge mode. So how to select the edge? So you can just add on, right, like one by one. But if I want to select the entire loop at one time, hold Alt and click. See, it has selected the entire loop. Okay, so hold Alt and click. So it has selected the entire loop. Now if you move this, it is deforming the shape. I don't want to deform the shape, I want to just move. Okay, so one, you can go here or you can use the shortcut. Okay, so I'll click this and drag. See, it is now not deforming, it is just sliding the edge. Okay, so you can also use shortcut key like 2 times GG. Okay, G for move, you can hold 2 times GG. Now it is giving a slide. This is another very useful shortcut key. Let's reset and see the other tool. Let's go to the edit mode. What is other we left? This one, share is very rarely used. Okay, it depends upon your viewpoint. Okay, so position the viewpoint and you will get this extra gizmo. Click and drag. See, we are sharing it. So anywhere, any place you can just share like this. Okay, even in other dimension also. The next tool, another important one, is called rip region. Rip region is to tear this. Okay, this vertex, all these 3 faces are welded, right? So click the rip region, click and drag, it will tear apart. Click and drag, just click and drag, it will tear. Okay, now sometimes in this kind of case we require another very important tool, how to merge it. So to merge this, here the shortcut key is M. M for merging vertex. Okay, so go to M and just tell I want to merge both in the selection center. So you can tell M at center. Okay, or you can also tell I want this vertex to move and merge in this center. Okay, on this position of this vertex. So select this, select the other one M, and tell I want to merge to at last one, because my selection last. No, select this and select this is the select last selection M, and at last. That's it. I need it first at last. So select M, anything according to your requirement. Okay, so cross check, it's merged. So play around this tool, explore modeling tools, and try to do some model. So this is the very important tools which we have covered in the edit mode. So let's see other importance of Blender. Let's add on another modifier which will be very helpful for you to do symmetry kind of modeling, and also another modifier for subdivision modeling. Okay, like if you want to do any smooth surface model, you can go for subdivision. There is one shortcut for subdivision, Control 3. If you click Control 3, it will add 3 times subdivision. So I'll just click Control 3. So you can see it is now smooth. Check what happened in the modifier. So we added a subdivision modifier, and the level of division is 3. So let's bring it back. See, 0, 1 time subdivision, and second and third time subdivision, like that. Okay, so you can even turn on and off, and you can see the smooth way of working on the model. Let's add smooth for this. Now it is a neat 4-sided sphere, because the general sphere which we had here, it is having some triangles, right? This doesn't have. Okay, it's a subdivision created from the cube. Okay, so that is one subdivision part. So let's turn off the cube. Let's scale this. Okay, so I'll just show you something. So I'll just turn off even this, make it shade flat. So I'll go to the edit mode, Control R. So I'll add one loop cut to this corner. So when we add any closer edges, okay, what will happen when I add the subdivision? When there is a closer edges, it forms tighter radius. When there is no edge in the corner, only one, okay, then it will form a very big radius. Okay, so you can check here. See, a big radius formed because it is closer. It is a tight radius. You can even test it out here. I'll go to the edge one, Alt and click on this edge, G, and in Y axis I'll just move. See, when there is a closer, tight radius, when it is far, a big radius. Okay, so keep in mind while you are doing the subdivision model. Okay, the other thing which you require is the smooth one. So let's add shaded smooth. Okay, and other than this, you require a symmetry kind of model. Let's add a cube, and I'll go to the edit mode, Control R. I'll add one on division. I'll snap here. I'll go to the X-ray mode, and I'll just delete half of the side. Okay, so let's delete this half. So when I click delete, it is asking what to delete. So there is another one important thing we will cover here. So for example, if I let's switch off this so that you can see better. If I go to the vertex, okay, and if I click delete, so you can either tell I want to delete vertices. So it has deleted vertices along with all its connected edge and surface. Or you can also tell, no, I want to keep the other connection, but I want to just dissolve the vertices. That is called dissolve. So the face is still there. Okay, so I'll just show you in another example. See this edge, delete edge, it will remove everything. Undo, the same thing, delete petal, dissolve edge, it will not remove the connected face. See this what, got it? No. So let's see, let's go here, X-ray mode, let's delete the face of the face, delete face, done. So we have deleted half of the side. Now what you can do is, for the symmetry kind of model, okay, let's add a modifier. So let's go modifier, and you want to add mirror. Okay, add mirror and see which axis works for you. Okay, so in my case it is y axis, so I'll just click on the y axis. Now we got the cube back, but it is a mirrored model. Okay, so using this technique you can do your symmetry modeling. Okay, so when you edit one of the side, the other side will reflect the same. Okay, so why it is acting totally weirdly? Because there are two switch on. So let's switch off one. Okay, so now no problem, right? See, so keep in mind, don't turn on multiple, so it will add multiple mirrors. Okay, only one axis, keep in mind. And other one which you want to switch on is this clipping, because when we are modeling, sometimes we may move this and there is a gap. Okay, to prevent this one, switch on this clipping, so that it will not allow you to move apart. It will not allow. Okay, so switch on clipping. Got it? One axis and clipping on, keep in mind. Done. Good. And another one, the last one I will add on, the important one. For that I'll take the example of the sphere. I'll go to the edit mode. Now I want to move some of the vertices very smoothly. Okay, smooth movement I require. So soft selection in other software, Max and Mine. So here it is called proportional. Okay, so this icon, proportional editing. See, instead of moving, I want to move the part of the entire vertices. So you just switch on this proportional editing, select. Okay, just switch on select. When you are going to move now, you can see one extra circle. Can you see this extra circle, gray circle? So that is the area it is going to affect. Okay, so to change this area, now you want to do little bit of circus. Okay, when you are holding the left click, there is one more, take your finger and scroll. Okay, see here I'm scrolling. So this way you can define the area. Okay, so if I define only this much of area and move, so it is affecting only this area. If I scroll and define, see, I can define the very large area as well. It depends upon this circle. How this circle will come? Very simple. Just switch on the proportional editing, select any part of this. Okay, after that just move. When you are going to move it, then only you can see this. Okay, then scroll and it will affect. So this way you can smoothly affect the part of the surface. Explore all these tools. Any doubts? Message me. Bye bye.